So the last concept we have to address in Lesson 5.4 is how we go about eliminating the radicals in the denominator of a fraction when there is a plus or minus with those radicals. So we call this a binomial in the denominator. Well, it's really not as complicated as you might think it may be. If we have a square root of 5 plus a square root of 2 in the denominator, something magical happens when we multiply it by what's called its conjugate, which would be the square root of 5 minus the square root of 2. Everything about that binomial is the same except the sign in the middle is the opposite. But of course, what we do to the bottom of a fraction, we must also do to the top. So I'm going to need to multiply the top. I'm going to need to multiply the top and the bottom by the conjugate of the bottom. So now my paper boy has to deliver papers to 2 households on top. So on top, 4 root 5, or 4 times root 5, is just going to be 4 root 5. And then when the paper boy 4 delivers to the second household, negative square root 2, I'm going to get minus 4 root 2. On the bottom, I have 2 paper boys. So paper boy 1 has to deliver papers to household 1 and to household 2. And then paper boy 2 has to deliver papers to household 1 and to household 2. So square root 5 times square root 5 is square root 25. Paper boy 1 delivers to household 2, and I get minus square root 5 times square root 2, which is square root 10. Now paper boy 2, root 2. He has to deliver papers to household 1, root 5, and root 2 times root 5 is root 10. And then paper boy 2, root 2, has to deliver papers to household 2, minus root 2. And so square root 2 times minus square root 2 is minus square root 4. Now notice something magical happens. The minus root 10 and the plus root 10 cancel one another out. The square root 25 is 5, and the minus square root 4 is minus 2. All radicals disappeared from the denominator of our fraction, which was our intent. So when you multiply by the conjugate of the denominator, it eliminates the radicals from the denominator. So on top, I'm going to have my 4 root 5 minus my 4 root 2, which cannot be combined because those radicals, those radicands, are different. They cannot be combined unless they are the same. And then on bottom, I have my 5 minus 2, which is equal to 3. So my final answer is 4 root 5 minus 4 root 2 all over 3. Or if I choose to do so, I don't have to. I could write it as 4 root 5 over 3 minus 4 root 2 over 3. Just breaking apart the numerator and writing them both over the denominator. Either is an acceptable answer.